Samantha Panlilio.
Hello everyone, it's Maureen Montagne.
Welcome to Slay Now,
your ultimate guide in facing each day ready to slay.
That's right. But first, as we plan to do in each and every episode, let's bring out today's Fab Find of the Day.
The item that we love that we think you would love too. Are you ready, Samantha, for our Fab Find of the Day?
I am, if you stop calling me Samantha.
No, Samantha. Ready? It is the gua sha.
Gua sha?
Sino?
Sha.
Yes, the gua sha. So this item is used in skincare, and we use this for lymphatic drainage, which is a fancy way of saying it makes you less puffy.
And more snatched.
Have you used it?
Yes, it's part of my new routine, and I really like it. I mean, I feel snatched at night, and it's always good to be snatched any time of the day. So who's complaining?
So we use it with serum, and you drag it along your jawline. You can also go down your neck, on your cheekbone. I even use it on my brow muscles to relax them, but it helps stimulate collagen and can help reduce fine lines.
I think I'm done modeling this gua sha.
Put more. But you can buy it in so many different materials. I have rose quartz, you can get it in metal, and you can find it on most online sellers and retailers.
Yep.
Yes.
So there you have it. It's the gua sha. That indeed is so fab, right, Mal?
Very fab, and there's no gatekeeping here. What we love, we want to share with you.
Definitely. So welcome back to the show Slay Now with Sam
and Mal. And we're so happy to be back doing this.
I know, they've seen us walk the talk.
And now they can see us slay now.
Exactly. If you have been listening and following our journey on Spotify, you can also do so for this show.
So don't forget to subscribe and to follow us on YouTube and Spotify.
You can also check out the description box for more details.
So speaking of things we love, we want to give some big love to our sponsors for our show.
Of course.
So a great big thank you to JC Premier, our favorite vitamins here in the Philippines.
Thank you, JC Premier.
And we'd also like to thank Fridays Puerto Galera for co-presenting this episode.
The #1 resort in Mindoro. So thank you, Fridays Puerto Galera. So let's dive straight into our first episode of Slay Now.
Welcome to the show, guys! We're so excited to have a rebrand.
Definitely, and I'm so excited about this new set that we have here. Of course, to our new team. Thank you, guys. Snaps to all of you.
So thank you to our team, and we take our listeners' wants and needs very seriously. You wanted video, so here we are. We heard you, and we're back better than ever.
Yes, exciting times, really. And I'm so proud of us because I feel that within the last 2 years, I think that was the last time we released an episode, a lot has changed. Right?
Yes, we've definitely started new chapters of our lives. We've had so many changes. I know we've both moved.
Yes.
I'm single now, or I went through a big breakup. Very life-changing. I'm dating again. But it's been a really fun ride with so many lessons in between.
Definitely.
And I feel like we as people have elevated, and that's why we want to elevate the show.
And that's why we also want to elevate, of course, our audience members. I know you guys love Mga Marites. Yeah. And that has been quite our branding for some time. And it's fun, it's lighthearted. But I think because we have changed the direction of the show and we want to elevate ourselves, we also think that you should elevate too.
Yes.
Our audience members. So,
are you ready for our new names?
Reveal. Hello, Mga
Madame.
What does a madame represent, Mal?
A madame, she is smart, she is savvy, she is professional, she is elevated, and she demands respect.
True. And a madame, I feel that is someone established, someone who wants to make a change, and also someone who has a lot of self-respect and self-love. And of course, that's one of the big things that we do want to promote in our show.
Yes. So we will be calling you our Mga Madam. So thank you for joining us, Mga Madam.
Yes.
We're so excited to go on this journey with you.
It's very bittersweet, no?
Yes.
With the Mga Marites.
But we're graduating.
We are.
It's the vibe, 2024.
For the plot twist.
Yes. So, how is your 2024? What is keeping you busy, Sam?
Well, as you know, a lot has changed, or I've done a lot rather this year. I joined Miss Universe Philippines, which thank you so much for supporting me. It was so nice that you were there with me backstage, by the way.
Yes.
That was great. I really needed you in those scary moments.
Yeah,
but
it's nice to have a secret best friend on set.
Not that secret though, because your eyes never lie.
It's true.
Yeah, so right now I feel that I have just been focused on transitioning myself back to business because as you know, when you do a pageant, it takes a toll on you. You have to invest your time, your emotions, your mental health. And so now I'm using all of my energy back to the family business, which I'm very excited about. Other than that, I have a couple of ventures that I do want to launch this year. So I'm hoping that everything would go smoothly.
Yes, I know you had groundbreaking in Siargao.
Yes. Friday Siargao, everyone. Please do come visit once it's open.
Yes, and you're also revamping your Boracay branch as well.
Correct. So we will be the first Radisson collection here in Southeast Asia.
That's good, mga madam. So we know where to go for vacation.
Yes.
You know who to call.
Sampan. You better, or else Maureen will give you the eyes. So what's new with you, Mal? What has 2024 brought you thus far?
So even for me in my personal life, I think
Right.
2023 forced me to adjust and start new things, whether
Right.
it was pursuing my passions, rediscovering who I am. I got out of a 3-year relationship.
Right.
I started dating again.
Right.
It's been eventful, and I'm really glad I had the opportunity to rediscover who I am as a person.
Right. And I have to say, I loved witnessing it. I mean, when you see your best friend transform into a better version of herself, it's always a great thing. So, snaps for you.
Yes. And I have to say thank you for being with me on this whole journey. I think I couldn't have done it without you. And I think this is really important to hold on to your deepest, dearest friends.
Oh, for sure.
So here's a friendly reminder that if you have a great friend that you're missing, message them today. Just be like, thinking of you, miss you, because you never know who needs a little extra love.
So true. I think I also needed a lot of love last year. Yeah, let's keep it at that. Let's remain mysterious a little bit.
Ooh,
Yep.
okay. Love episode coming up.
Whoa, no one said anything about love, but okay. You mentioned that in 2023, you were forced to come out of your shell and have new pursuits, right?
Yes.
And so I think that's so important to think about because some people are too scared to even jump.
Yes. I recently heard a quote that said, there's a worse thing than being evil. It's being indecisive.
So very true.
And that is quite a statement, but I felt like I was so indecisive in 2023 that it sabotaged. It was self-sabotage.
Right.
You're not moving in any direction, you're stagnant, and you're not helping yourself.
Right.
So about halfway through the year, I really decided I need to be decisive, I need to be intentional, and I really started manifesting and building my dream life.
Yeah, I have to also say that there really is power in manifestation.
Yes.
And, you know, I think my favorite quote of all time, though it's so simple, is Nike's, just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any perfect timing for anything, whether that be a business, a love life, whatever it may be that makes you happy. There's no perfect timing, but if you want it, just go and get it.
Yes.
Simple as that.
I've really been taking that philosophy into travel. Because of the pandemic, there was so much
limitations.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were really stuck. So I've been enjoying revenge travel.
Oh yeah, I think everyone has.
Yes.
I mean, the economy for tourism spiked off the charts.
And since our last podcast, we've been to Spain together.
We have, and that was super, super fun. We played padel, so we were healthy. We weren't just eating, but we did eat a lot.
We went to El Salvador.
We did.
So we've just been, mga madam, exploring the world.
Facts.
And I think it's important that although you get older, so many people are focused on their love life. I think it's really important to travel while you're young, to experience what you can. Of course, that is a luxury.
Right.
But if you have a chance to take it, especially with somebody who you love, who you want to build memories with, do it. Take the chance.
So true.
So there's a quote that a Chinese proverb that we were talking about earlier.
Oh, I think I remember it. It's a journey to... Hold on. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you have any first steps that you want to take this year?
Yes, I want to launch a new brand called House of Marquette. And so for those who don't know, when I was in Europe with my family, before you came to Spain, I went to Morocco with my brothers. And so we were at the souks, which is the market, and I got super inspired by the culture, the art. So that's when I decided to import furniture from Morocco to the Philippines. So abangan, everyone. Mga madam, come and spend your money. Kidding. But really.
Yeah, I think that's really wonderful. I myself want to start a brand. For years, working as a model and as some would call this an entertainer in the industry, you are the product. And I've learned as I've gotten older, you need to really invest in yourself and start your own business.
So true.
So I myself will be launching a brand. I'll announce it when it comes out. However, I wish I started sooner.
Right.
And one piece of advice that I learned last year was if something is truly important to you, don't share it before
it's actually
coming, that it's solid, that it's developed.
It's tangible.
Yes. Yeah. Because I remember sharing the idea of my business to others and being told the market's oversaturated for what you want. It's already been done.
Right.
It's not a good idea. And then over the years, I saw people execute my idea.
I know what brands you're talking about.
And it was really heartbreaking. And that's on me because I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe in my ideas. I wasn't as confident in what I wanted to do. And now the market is more saturated, but I'm going to finally do it for myself because my vision is different. But my biggest piece of advice is do what you want. Don't let other people discourage you.
Right.
Sometimes big ideas scare small minds.
Right.
So if you have a big idea, chase it, nurture it, water it, love it.
Though I also have to say, from my perspective, when I do plan to launch a brand, it's also good to express it because I feel that when you say it, and words come out of your mouth, and the more you talk about it, the more ideas that you can garner from doing so. Plus, if you tell it to the right people, like your good friends, if you trust the advice of some business partners or investors you've worked with, or your parents even, then I don't think it would hinder the brand's process. But then again, some brands take so many years to develop. Again, that is a mixture of people having anxiety to launch it, or maybe because you don't think it's the perfect time.
Yes.
But sometimes they come out successful. Again, at the end of the day, I think that for the success of your brand, you need to believe in it the hardest. Like you just mentioned, that's the first step into taking 1,000 miles with your brand.
Yes, and I definitely think that consulting experts is the way to go.
Right.
And people who have a strong work ethic.
Right.
Because if they're afraid of starting a business, of course, they're going to discourage you from that.
Right.
So just be mindful of who you're confiding in.
Yeah.
And just do it.
I also saw this one Instagram quote that if there is something that you want to launch in business, or any hobby that you love, genuinely, you should spend the first hour of your day working on it. Because I feel that everyone in the morning, I feel like people in general, especially the younger generation, they don't start the day as early as, I don't want to be discriminative, but as maybe our parents, they were more 9 to 5, whereas our culture or the younger generation, they're a little more lenient when it comes to working at 8 to 5 because they know that they can get the same amount of work done 12 to 5, especially with COVID. I think that made offices realize that people may be more productive at home.
Yeah.
And so I think use that to your advantage, do something out of the box and get that passive income. Passive income's always great. Like who's complaining? Just do it. I mean, look at the Amazon sellers, right? Look at Shopee sellers. Look at Lazada. How I get motivated is when I go on Shopee and I see the most normal product. Let's say I want to buy eyelashes or an electric fan because it's hot outside. And then you see how much that price is, and then you multiply it with the amount of sales. I mean, wow, that's super motivating for me to also do the same, right?
Yes. That's good that you can compute and compare.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you can find inspiration in so many things. So that's really good.
So true.
So what is your biggest piece of advice going into 2024?
Biggest piece of advice is to not lose yourself in any process. Because I think for 2023, I was also healing and I had quite a difficult time transitioning from beauty queen back to business. I mean, I feel that the business portion is innate to me. Again, I used to go with my dad with my dad to meetings when I was younger. It's always been there. It's just that with beauty pageants, I was always told to never highlight that part because you can come out as mayabang, you know.
You mayabang? Oh my God.
But you know what I mean? So it's such a hard transition because also people know you as a beauty queen and they may have their initial misconceptions about you. And so it sucks that you're coming into an industry and you have to already prove someone wrong, you know. But either way, I'm using it to my advantage through the connections I've gained through pageantry. I guess the one thing I do have to work on are business interviews. Like my trainer said, you answer like it's a pageant. Like, relax, it's a business. It's okay to say things. So explicitly, rather, especially when it comes to factual information.
And I think you gained that as a madame.
Thank you, madame.
Yes. You learned to say what you need to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's been exciting. It's been exciting. What was your question earlier?
Biggest lesson learned in 2024.
Oh yeah, biggest lesson. Yeah, so don't lose yourself in any process that you're going through. May that be healing, may that be launching something or getting into a new relationship. Don't lose yourself. What about you? What about you, Mao?
For me, I think you work the best when you have a full cup. I really, at the beginning of the year, pushed myself to my limits. I made sure everyone else was okay. I was catering to other people's needs. I had zero boundaries, and I found myself as miserable as I've ever been.
Right.
Feeling lost, feeling down with the most empty cup.
Right.
And I really had to sit down and establish my boundaries, take care of myself in order just to be a happy person.
Yeah.
Life is short. To live it serving others while not enjoying it, how sad.
It's not a life worth living. And
no.
Everyone is in the continuous pursuit of happiness. And sometimes we just need to take a seat and remind ourselves of that.
Yes. Yeah. So I really had to rediscover my hobbies. I limited my screen time.
Right.
Comparison is definitely the thief of joy.
Oh, yeah.
So these are the things that helped me. And another tidbit that really helped was journaling.
Oh,
you would be shocked that if you keep writing down on a page your thoughts, what really comes out, your true intention, your wants and needs will really display themselves on that paper.
So can you only write it or can you type it too?
You can type it.
Okay. I was going to say that's a lot of time.
Okay, Gen Z.
I'm a millennial. Okay. I'm 1996.
But it definitely, your innermost, deepest thoughts will come out. You'll be shocked.
Okay.
If you force yourself to write. For me, it's just one page.
So what do you say? Dear diary.
Today, I am focusing on X, Y, and Z. And then after I go through the initial thing, my, again, those wants and needs pop out.
Right.
I was really bothered by the fact that, I didn't perform as well at work today.
Right.
I think I need to work on X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And I'm always forward thinking. I don't think, as humans, we're not self-help projects that always need improvement.
Right.
But if you can improve, why not? Why not be your best self?
So true.
So I'm always mindful of, okay, what's next? How can I grow?
So true. So true. I also have to point out, I just saw this random quote. Healing is always great for anyone. And I think that people need to be more aware about it. But also at the same time, people tend to lose their identity when they get so into the whole healing process. That's the only thing that they can preach. I mean, I super admire people who go to, let's say, India, to an ashram and really learn all the methods of healing. And, you learn that you're alone in this journey, right? But at the same time, make sure you don't lose your identity. This is my point.
Yes, I agree. Self-healing is great, but don't forget to enjoy the process.
Exactly.
And be proud of how far you've come.
Exactly.
So many people forget about how far they've come and what mountains they've conquered in their lives.
Right.
So always be proud.
Right. And it's also always good to have a great support system around you.
On that, what are some habits that you want to practice this 2024?
Number one is sleep. I feel that I've always had trouble sleeping. I don't know, maybe because when I come back from work, this is now my me time. And usually I focus on my side businesses or also watch some shows because I feel that that's how I can unwind. or play Call of Duty. So I think I really need to deduct my screen time, especially at night. Yeah. What about you?
I think for me, I really need to be more organized. I am not proud to say it, but oftentimes I wake up in a panic because I forgot I had a project or a guesting, and it's because I don't utilize my calendar.
I just gave you one.
You did. Thank you for the planner. And I really need to use that because I use word of mouth so often.
Right.
Oh, you need me here? Sure. And then I have so many things going on, it's very easy to misplace that.
Right.
So I definitely want to be more organized and then more consistent. The end of 2023, I was traveling so much, I lost my routine.
Right.
And that really affected me. I think I'm such a creature of habit.
I remember when we were coming from El Salvador, we both were saying, wow, I can't wait to go back to a routine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I never got back to the routine because I went to Singapore and then France, but...
It's okay, now you're here in the Philippines, right? And you're staying.
I'm staying for at least the first 6 months.
Where are you going?
Girl, we have to explore the world.
Oh, we are going.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw this new place. Sorry, so random. That people go skiing in Aspen now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list. Shall we?
Actually, we have friends who are there now, so maybe next winter.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Planning ahead of time and organized planning. Just write it down later.
Yes, I'll put it in my planner.
Yeah.
So we've established our healthy habits to start us and get us going with a good start. The question is, how do you finish strong?
I think you should finish stronger because when you start the year strong, that means that you are consistent with all the pursuits that you have for this year. So at least I hope by the time the year ends that you've already accomplished that, hence being stronger and more established.
Yeah, I think consistency is definitely key. And even for me at the gym, I'm always trying to beat my PR.
Right.
And we do Spartan races together.
Oh gosh.
I want to keep elevating.
Yeah.
You know, do the 5K, do the 10K. It is also on my bucket list to do the 21, a half marathon.
Am I going with you to that?
I don't know. If you train, yes.
Okay, to be fair, we didn't train the last time, and that's why
Mga madam.
Okay, this madam does not lie. I did not train, and we went surfing the day before, so...
In fairness, she did amazing. We did a 10K in La Union.
But it wasn't really a 10K.
It was 13K.
It was 13K.
In the mountains.
4 mountains.
Yes.
4.
So if you're going to do a Spartan, we'd love to have you guys join us. However, train.
And also wear longer socks because I had blisters the whole time. I think that affected my performance.
I think within the first 5 minutes, Miss Sampan was blistering, bleeding, and saying, uh-oh.
But we still have to climb this mountain
But she finished strong.
Yeah, and that's what matters.
And I think also having, a best madame with you to push you, having the right support system to say, you can finish this. It's just 1 more kilometer.
Sure.
Just 1 more kilometer. Having the right support system can help you finish any race.
Definitely. So let's take a break from this discussion and let's go to our new game called Slay or
Wale.
Yep.
So in this game, if we agree with a statement, we will either react slay or wale. Slay if we support and agree, wale if no, it's not for us.
No, honey.
No.
That's right. And of course, we will share why we chose that answer and have a healthy discussion about it as well.
Yes, and today's category is crazy things we do as a newbie.
So let's start. Okay, let me ask you first, Mao. The first statement is giving your best foot forward. Slay or wale?
Slay. Imagine if I said wale. I want to start with my worst so I can work up. Give it your best shot and go up from there.
Definitely.
Number 2, slay or wale. Always saying yes, even if your plate is too full.
Oof, that's a tough one.
Is it?
I mean, for me, I think I'm a go-getter, so I would always say slay. But also at the same time, you have to make sure that everything's balanced. Again, we talked about how you have to keep your cup full in order to also water others and other opportunities too. So I would say slay, but what's that thing that Catriona says?
Silver lining?
No. Slay within moderation.
I thought we were going to see Maureen Montagne.
Charot lang, guys. Okay, number 3. Slay or wale? asking for help if you are clueless at something.
I am the first person to ask for help if I am lost, if I am confused, if things are written in a foreign language.
No, the best is when you say, Sampan, I can't understand what the Grab driver's saying. Here.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So I always ask for help, and it's the best thing you can do. One, you're connecting with others, and two, you're getting clarification.
Exactly. And plus, my dad always taught me that if you have a question or there is something that you don't understand, ask questions. Because number one, it shows you're interested. And number two, you learn more, right? There's no harm in asking. Always, always ask when you're unsure. Or even if you just want to learn more.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about over-promising and under-delivering?
Yes. Don't do that.
No false advertisements, please.
Yeah. Stay real, not fake.
Yes. I actually like to do the opposite. I would like to exceed your expectations rather than disappoint.
Exactly. Next one is slay or walay, choosing to impress rather than to express.
I feel that is a huge walay.
Yeah.
It's not authentic if you're not being true to yourself.
Yeah.
So sometimes we need to have difficult conversations in order to have a greater connection.
Right.
So don't always try to impress others. Make sure that your needs are met and that everything's working in a healthy way.
Exactly.
Rather than sacrificing your comfort for someone else who may not do the same.
Exactly. And there's no point of impressing someone. There's just no point to make mayabang. Yeah. We're not mayabang here, people.
All right, and for our last slay or walay, shying away from praises and compliments.
Walay. If someone says you're gorgeous, if someone says you're beautiful, say thank you.
Yes.
Because I think people who tend to ignore compliments or shy away from them are not confident within themselves. And so if someone gives you a compliment, just say thank you, accept it. Again, what's the harm in shying away? It'll boost your ego, it will boost your mood for the day, but also don't forget to give compliments to others too if you genuinely feel that way about them.
Yeah, I think we should be open vessels for good energy and positivity. So say thank you, and a good rule of thumb that I live by, if I think something nice, I should say it.
Right.
Because you never know how much, another person needs a kind word.
Right.
So slay.
Slay. So that concludes our game for slay or walay.
Now, as we land this Pak na Pak episode, it is time for our final segment.
You gotta say it like you mean it. Pak na Pak.
Pak na Pak. Our last segment, and we're calling it Share and Slay.
What do we not slay in this show? We're just slaying everything.
Yes, get your swords out.
Exactly. So in this segment, we will share our final thoughts about today's episode. So do you want to take the wheel, Mal?
Sure. I think my biggest takeaway from this episode is to really put in the work. Everything you do is a labor of love for your future self.
Right.
So really commit and do it with your best madame.
Exactly. And you also have to, I think, show up for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the person who gets to dictate how happy you are in life or how dedicated you are to a certain pursuit that you have, right?
Yes, definitely agreed.
Yeah.
And that does it for us.
For our first episode.
Our first episode of Slay Now with Sam and Mao.
Exactly. So please make sure to show us some love here on Slay Now by subscribing on YouTube and Spotify.
Let us share our social media accounts. You can follow me on Instagram at Maureen Montagne, TikTok at Maureen.
And for me, it's at Samantha Panlilio on Instagram and at Samantha Panlilio on TikTok as well. Again, we want to give our many thanks to JC Premier for helping us make this show possible.
Also, a great big thank you to our friends at Fridays Puerto Galera for co-presenting this episode.
We would also like to thank PAC Studios and ReelReve.
This has been
Slay Now with Sam
and Mao,
your ultimate guide in facing each day ready to slay. Bye! Adios mga madam.